Check. Uh, I haven't done this in a little while, guys. So, please bear with my. I don't know. Can you hear me? Well, of course you can hear me. Let's go back to comments. Feel free to comment. We're running this in StreamYard right now, but eventually we're gonna run it on Facebook or something like that, something else, because so we can get more chat during the show. So if you want, I think you can log into StreamYard or just register and you can comment, which means you can ask questions. Okay, so if you don't know who I am, it's okay. You don't know who I am because it's not really about me. It's about the toys. I'm Jeff, your host. I organize and put the shows on, and then I try to work real hard to get a good mix of vendors, and we have a really awesome, really good awesome vendor list this coming weekend. Again, if you want to comment or whatever. Oh yeah, let me. Sorry, somebody's messaging me. Okay, let me make sure. Oh, okay. All right. So some people didn't get the memo that I was doing this. So okay. So just bear with me here. I got a little list. I've got some stuff. Those of you that have been to my shows, you know that I typically don't set up. I don't set up at my shows, and I don't set up at other people's shows. Mostly the reason why I don't set up at other people's shows because people don't invite me to set up, or I will, which it's on me to ask them, I guess. But I guess I just I don't know. I'm spending so much time, trying to get these going and create new shows that I don't really think about setting up at other people's shows. But after almost 5 years of doing these shows, let's see, 19, 4 years, going to be 5 years after the Lakeland show this year. After about 4 years of pretty heavy buying and collecting and stuff, and you can see my room here. This is my arcade toy room. Is not organized at all. I had planned on having my phone, which I may still do a separate live video to go over things that I've collected here behind me to show you. But I'm at the point now where I have to set up at least a small table at the show this weekend. I'm personally, and I'll go over that. That's not the main point of this video. Hey, thanks. Hey, oh, hi out there, and hi Angela. Thank you for watching. Okay, and okay, so but I just have I have other games that I need to put in here that I have in storage. And then I have I'm rearranging this whole piece, and I have stuff that I haven't even looked at for years. So for a couple of years and stuff. So everybody needs to, clean out some stuff. And then I wanted some more vintage at the show. I wanted some more stuff that I haven't seen in a while, at the show. Those of you that don't know, I started these shows to buy toys, basically. I mean, a lot of what you'll see that I'm showing you is all bought at my show or at these shows over the last, since 2019 when we started, when we had our first show to now. Pretty much everything that you're seeing in the background was purchased at one of the shows in the last little while. Okay. So let me go ahead and go through. I got a little checklist here, not really anything detailed, but I just want to make sure I cover cover everything. Okay, so this weekend our show is at the Florida State Fairgrounds. If you've been to our show at the Florida State Fairgrounds, you know kind of where the building is. We are in our normal, I'm going to say, smaller building. In January, we were in what they call the Special Events Center, SEC, as they say. That is, just to put in you guys' perspective, is 40,000 square feet is that whole building. All right. For Super RetroCon, we were in that in January. That Super RetroCon is pretty much a completely different show. That's the way that I look at it. I'm working on doing more things there. But so this weekend we are at our normal location, which is the Florida Center. I think they call it. I keep telling them they should just call it the Florida Toy Shows building because we do like 3 events there a year anyway. And then okay, so that's going to be in our original building, which is about 20,000 square feet. Where it's going to be set up the same as it normally is, like where you come in and you can go to the right or you can go straight or to the left. And we have but now the difference is that where our curtain is normally, that's not going to be there. There's going to be a wrestling ring there. Now I think I've seen live wrestling once, and that was recently. So somebody approached me. I actually get approached a decent amount on this stuff, but a local promotion approached me about having wrestling at one of the shows, and I thought, hey, you know what? Let's try that. We're gonna bring Ted DiBiase. Now, some of you, if you went to the Orlando show in last October, you may have seen Ted there. But I still think our main shows right now, as far as attendance is in Tampa. So I've got a window in front of me here, so that's what that little sun line is. So anyway, so we're I'm bringing Ted DiBiase back to the show. We're also friends with Brutus and his wife, Brutus Beefcake and his wife, and so he'll be there at the show also. And there's a lot of wrestling people that actually live, and you guys already know this, I'm sure, a lot of wrestling people that live locally. So they wanted to come, and they're helping me with another booking, or just they're helping me with get to know some other people, and so they're gonna come on. I think they're gonna be there at least. Brutus will be there at least Saturday. She hasn't given me whether they'll be there Sunday or not. So if you come Saturday, you'll see Brutus. If Sunday, I'm not sure. But Ted is gonna be there both days. Okay, Ted's gonna be there both days. I flew him in. And everything specifically for autographs and photos for this weekend. So bring your stuff. Let's see, right behind me here. If you don't bring your stuff, I do have a figure, unsigned figure here, that I didn't get a chance to have signed last time, and then I have my I left it over there. I have so this is my unsigned carded figure. So I'll have that there. I have another one. It's not that particular one, but it's another version of that. Okay, so let me go into show times. So again, we are in the original building. I'm going to talk about parking and entrance. Before I do that, get into times, because there's a confusion on parking, on where you're going to enter. You're going to enter in through Martin Luther King Boulevard, even though the address says 301. It's not. We don't come in through 301. That's the only address Google gives us. So the other gate, you're going to come in through MLK. All right, and then the parking is $10. That is a standard parking now at the fairgrounds. It doesn't matter me or anybody. That's the way it is, and there's nothing I can do really about that, other than maybe now that we have a new ticketing system, we could maybe build the parking into the ticket. But I have to get that all, and then but I would have to figure out how to handle that at the gate. That's the reason why we haven't come up with some kind of package with parking, because the parking has nothing to do with our show. It is just a standard. It doesn't matter whose show it is. It's always the same. And then the other thing is we need to have ample parking. When we started, we had these smaller buildings, and we got into a parking mess where people would complain online about not having the right parking and not having enough and everything. So I don't really want to worry about that. And so, that's kind of how it is at this location. Okay, so I'm going to talk about show times. So it's pretty standard based on what the shows that we've been doing in the last couple of years. We're going to open at 9 on Saturday and Sunday, and Saturday is 9 to 5, and then on Sunday it's 9 to 4. Okay, pricing is $15 on Saturday, even though I've added, it's costing me more or whatever. It doesn't matter. What I've done doing is I've just added, and I've just kept the prices the same as they've been the last couple of years. And even though we did charge more for RetroCon, but even though I'm still running that event, again, I look at that as a separate event, and that's we have a lot more expense on that. So that's why the price was more. I don't think I need to go into that, but basically that's now I'm going to talk a little bit about some highlighted vendors. I know some of you might want me. Let me go ahead and answer this. The answer is no, Jerry. Well, as long as you get there, and I will follow up with you directly, Jerry. But no, the answer is no on that. Jerry's asking this question. I'll just interrupt this. He may not remember this or know this, but at events like MegaCon, Fanboy, and like different hotels and stuff like that, they do charge the vendors. Okay, but if you're a vendor at my event at the Florida at the fairgrounds, you're not paying for parking. However, you in order to make sure you don't pay for parking, you have to get there when vendors are supposed to get there. Okay, you can't show up at like 8:45 and expect the gate to be open for you for vendors. That's not going to work. But so the answer is no there, Jerry, but I will follow up, maybe missing some information. Now I'm going to point out Jerry in that I'm going to point out Jerry here, and I'm going to say he's one of my highlighted vendors. Okay, he is not set up. He's got great stuff. Okay, so I posted his lunch boxes. He's got a bunch of things that he's had for decades. Okay, and he doesn't set up all the time. So I think he hasn't set up since last April, I think, is the last time that he set up. And then besides him, we have Retro Rat back. We have Tom Rupp, which I posted earlier. He hasn't set up at our shows in at least 2 years. So if you're looking for comics, I believe he'll bring comics. He's going to bring some comics, but I assume he'll bring some toys too. And then we have several new vendors coming from the other side of the state. That includes video games and vintage toys from a couple of guys from Melbourne, people from South Florida. As you know, we've been doing a couple South Florida shows, so now they want to see what Tampa is like, and so we're gonna have we got people from all over the place. that are coming in. We have a decent amount of new vendors. The shows are changing a little bit, in that, when we were in the COVID times or whatever, because we were I want to say, just about the only game in town when it comes to getting, doing shows. We had all kinds of different kinds of vendors. We had a lot more comic vendors that wanted to set up. We had a lot of different things. So now where we're at is we don't have as many comic vendors setting up, and certainly not a consistent. There's these guys that are what I consider my regulars as far as comics go, and they are not available, like they're working, or they have, people have kids, people are going on vacations, different things. There's always different, people want to set up, but they're just not available or around, and so they can't set up. I never intended. I certainly, don't mind comics, and I just don't know a lot about them, so I wouldn't, like last year, I didn't know when Free Comic Book Day was, which was screwed me up with Toylando. But I know when it is now, and I'm just not. And I do have bought a few comics since then, but it's just not why I started the show. I didn't start the shows to become another Comic Con or to do another Comic Con. I wanted a toy show. I didn't see anybody doing one, so like I'm doing it. And I also, I wasn't up on all the newer modern stuff that you have now. So anyway, so we will have at least, let's see, Tom, and I think there's like 3 other comic vendors. I don't really know their names. I don't, so unfortunately I don't have that now. Let's see, but we have a lot of other we have the guy that has a lot of, I posted pictures of it, has a lot of GI Joe and Star Wars, and we have some new vendors again that have all the Star Wars figures, and lots of different stuff. Let's see, let me just, so trying to think here. So we got at least three gaming vendors. Little Shop of Games is going to be bringing out 3 machines, I think, 3 new pins, that including Toy Story. You guys want to make sure you try to you play the pins there. It's free. The pinball machines are free. Eventually, I would still like to have maybe a gaming show that's more gamer oriented, but I'm just not there yet. But you guys want to try these pinball machines out, because like there's going to be a Toy Story, Toy Story 4, which I have one here at my house, and then I think he's bringing James Bond, which I'm working on that one myself, but trying to get that. But the James Bond one, and then I think he said he's bringing one other one that he has. Just I don't know. Anyway, I think it's Star Wars, or yeah, maybe the Star Wars one. There's one more that he's bringing, and then you might see an arcade game there. This particular show, I'm more focusing on wrestling. The wrestling theme with Ted, and then the actual wrestlers. We're gonna have at least, I think, 8 or 9 matches. They're gonna be split over 2 days. So no matter whether you come on Saturday or Sunday, there's going to be wrestling both days, and both days are going to have women's matches during the wrestling. And the wrestling starts at noon as of now. I mean, they could change it, I guess, maybe make it a little earlier, but that's what we have planned is to have it noon. Now there will be a few chairs around the ring. My plan, the way that the promoter of those wrestling, they usually sell like premium seating or whatever. I didn't do that. I probably could have, but I thought maybe, hey, people would want to come up and watch the match, and then they're gonna want to go back to, checking out the stuff there or whatever. This is an experiment for me. I hope it works so we can have wrestling maybe at a future show. I don't know. We're trying. I want to try different things, and I want everybody to come and have a great time. That's really one of my main reasons to do it. Originally, again, I thought, I just thought I'd do this and I'd buy toys, and now I got plenty of stuff, and it's like, okay, this is a more of a serious thing, and I'm trying to grow it and keep it going and everything. So okay, so in a couple weeks, and then I'm going to show you guys some stuff here in a minute. In a couple weeks, we have after this weekend on the 7th, and I have my little schedule here. This is an older schedule, but make sure you pick one of these up at the show. They will be at the show. Plenty of them. It has the rest of our year on here. We may add stuff. I'm working on something, and I'll get into that in a minute. So in a couple weeks after the show this week, we're going to have Star Wars, and then which is our normal quarterly Star Wars show. We have a few new vendors at that. Alan Grimes is going to be back. Alan won't be at the show this weekend. We have a guy. We have a comic vendor named Connors, which I posted. We have and we have like two other artists at this weekend show, but not Alan. He wasn't available. So and then the next show after that is the Jacksonville show, which we're looking for vendors for right now. I kind of focus on one show at a time pretty much, but you'll see me post the shows. At the Jacksonville show, just like last year, we're gonna have a lobby swap. So you can bring, if you buy a ticket, it's gonna be basically exactly like last year, same location, and we're gonna do it the same. So basically, you can bring a tub of stuff if you have bought a ticket, and you can swap or whatever you want to do the night before the show. Now in the July. Our July show, which is Tampa Toy Con, which I have posted, and I'm going to be posting some updates there. I'm not ready to announce all the guests yet, but I am working on some, I want to say some guests, like maybe some voice actor people. In addition to that, I'm working on some custom toy makers. Some of you guys, if you went to the G.I. Joe show, there's people out there. I got this. If you're familiar with the G.I. Joe, this is not a regular claw. Okay, so this is a claw, G.I. Joe claw. But this is not a regular claw. This is actually a well, maybe this is a regular claw. But anyway, okay, sorry, this is a regular claw. My bad. But the guy makes 6-inch versions of the claw. So so for your G.I. Joe classifieds, I've had this sitting here thinking that was the bigger one. But anyway, he makes claws and vehicles and guns and all this stuff for your 6-inch classified Joes. And so he, I'm hoping he'll be there. Maybe we'll have some other custom guys there. Raymond Toys has said they would be there, and then we've got some other guests I'm working on. But Pixel Dan, who I've been talking to, some of you have seen his YouTube channel, and he wrote a book on all of the documenting all the Masters of the Universe, figures and toy line, and he will be at the show in July, along with a bunch of other stuff. It's going to be a total. We're going to have toy dioramas. It's going to be very, very toy oriented. So hopefully you like that, because that's what I'm trying to. And then even the guests are going to be cartoon toy related. Okay. And then in Lakeland, I'm in the middle. I believe I'm going to go ahead and just put it out there, but I'm talking to Jake the Snake again, Jake Roberts. He was at a show 2-3 years ago. As of right now, I believe he will be in I believe he will be in Lakeland in August, and that is our fifth show, 5-year show. So at that show, that's the fifth Lakeland show and it's it's not in the building we started in, but it's in Lakeland. And okay, so that's now a 2-day show, and so we're gonna have some special stuff at that show that we're gonna have. All right. Now the other thing is we're gonna be doing some new things. I'm gonna be making some changes as we go. Um, One of them is gonna be including a new building, Florida Toy Show's building I'm working on. Won't give too many details, but my hope is to maybe host some stuff there as we go, and then I've got some other things I'm working on too that I'll announce soon once I get things going. All right, so I'm going to show you guys a few things that I'm going to bring. Unfortunately, I mean, I wanted to have my phone where I could show you guys, and I may still do another live video just to go around my little area here so I can show off a little. So I'll kind of some sort of make this quick, even though I've spent some time gathering some of this stuff. So I'm gonna have I'm gonna have a smaller setup maybe near the front, only because then I have access to the gate if I or the to the front if I need it. So it's not me saying, oh hey, I want to be in the front. It's just I'm trying to make sure that I'm able to get to the staff if they need me. So but basically let me go ahead and I'll show you some items that I'm bringing. Okay, so I want to say on the loose lower end, I've got some mask items. These are some doubles that I've had. This is like a complete. This is I forgot. I think this is Firecracker, but anyway, this GTO car. So I'm gonna be bringing that. This is a pretty nice. It's just been sitting. I have this in the box, so I don't need, it's not that I mean, I love the mask figures. This is, I think it's called Buzzard. So this is a drag car that splits. Both the figures are there. So I don't know if you can see that. The other guy's in the other side, and then you got your wing there. All right, so we got some mask stuff. Again, got the semi. I'm gonna be bringing. This is one of the first pieces I bought when COVID started, and that was this Dukes of Hazzard set. I'm gonna bring that. So I don't know if anybody's interested. And then I've got this 18 set. Mark is gonna kill me first, but it's just sitting here. And I'm just like, I've got to make some room. So, I've got a whole 18 set here. I even have a helicopter somewhere, but thought I would bring that. Now, something I'm not able to show you is, let's see, I have, because it's too big. I don't have it in here, but I think I posted a picture of it. It's the Thundercats Thunder Tank. I'm going to bring that. I have opened it, but I just opened it and it's just too big. I think it's just too big for me to put in here. So I'm going to put it out there and then, for a deal, I guess. And then I got Lion-O and Panthro to go in it. So if you guys have seen that photo of the, I may even post a video. I did video the opening and stuff. It's pretty cool. It's just too big for me. All right. I'm gonna have. You guys saw this phone booth. This is a sealed Bill and Ted's phone booth. It's in pretty nice shape. I think it's got some kind of weird crease here, but it looks like it came like that. I'll have to ask Kaz because it's not like a bend or anything. It's like it was made that way. or whatever. So I got it with the idea of grading it, and just it's just been sitting here, so didn't do that. Again, I'm gonna have wrestling figures, and then I've got this graded, which some of you might have seen. I've got this graded. This is Ultimate Warrior. I got, some of you guys may have seen these. I got the plastic still on here because I haven't, I didn't want, I don't know, stuff to get, but so you can't see it that great. But this is the Filmation Super 7 Ultimate Skeletor. And then I have He-Man too. And these are both graded. Let's see, what are they? Yeah, the grade is 90s because they're basically case fresh. All right. And if you're looking for something vintage graded, I think I'm gonna bring this because I'm only, this is like, I don't have a lot of He-Man stuff, so I figure bring it. This is a Battle Ram that's sealed from, I think, is it 82? Yeah, 82. So I'll have this at the show. All right. And then I'll have some. I haven't brought these to Tampa yet, so I'll have some Silverhawks. This is an 85, I think, 87, and then I'll have a couple of these figures. All right, and then we'll have some GI Joe stuff. I'll have a few carded Joes that I'm gonna bring, a few of those, and let's see. Now I'm gonna bring this headquarters in the box. This is basically complete. It might be missing a camera that maybe fell out of here, but it basically has everything to it. So I think I'm going to bring that. And it's just more of a, it's not that I don't want it, just it's more of a storage thing for me. So I'm going to bring I can't show it on here because it's too big to carry, but I'm going to have a complete, really nice, complete Terradrome I'm going to bring. They're, so it has nothing broken on it. I don't have a box, but it is a loose, complete, really nice Terradrome. It's my third one that I've had to make it to get to the, but again, just to put it in perspective, guys, I think right now I don't have that many. I think I have, let's see, 3, 5. I got about 10 arcades in here and 6 pins that I have in this room, including, then I have the USS Flag, and I've got 3 shelves back there with Star Wars, Transformers. I've got shelves over here. I've got shelves everywhere. So, and I have like 4 games, or I don't have to have those in here, but I've got at least 1 more pin that I'm wanting to put in here, and then I've got 3 other arcades. So this is mostly, it's not this is all good stuff that that I'm bringing, and it's not, hey, it's really just creating some space and reorganizing. We've got some DTOF things that I'm going to put in so I can keep organize it a little bit better, and that's really what Um, yeah, okay, sure. $40. Thanks, Mike. All right, let me show you a couple other things. If you guys missed out on the now, I technically have two of these. I mean, this is a big box, but let me go. So I have two of these actually. This one is open. This is open from the bottom. So this has everything except for the figures. The person I got this from wanted the actual figures in it. So if you're familiar with what comes, but it has all the stickers, it has the Sky Striker in the box that's not been opened or anything. It just doesn't have the figures. And then in addition to that, I have a sealed a sealed Sky Striker. So, and then I have some vintage Joe stuff that I'm bringing. I got a Stomper case. You guys may have seen. I'm gonna bring these. Superpowers. Okay. Some of these, if they don't sell, that's fine. No big deal. I'll just bring them back. I've got like a whole collection. Everybody's waiting for stuff to come into, and maybe somebody else just is interested in this stuff. But I have like a whole collection of Batman and Robin from '97, I think. So I have a whole collection. I'm going to bring a bunch of these carded figures, and I'll have them priced really, really fair. Let's see. All right, hey, Jamie. Yeah, message me on the page, and I'll give you a price on there, because I haven't even really. I know what I have into it, but I just need to maybe look that up. So, but it is a super nice one. It has right now I got a lot of figures in there, but it's don't have the box, but I have what was on the box. So it's kind of got the box art. So I don't know what happened to the box exactly, but this is how I got it. Complete, has Firebat, has the guy with the parachute. Let's see, what else do I have here? Again, we got Gizmo. I got, again, a bunch of these Batman figures. I don't have space for them, so I'm just trying to come back. Let's see, what do I have here? Okay, I got some more masks. I got an extra vintage Lion-O. I got a Panthro. This is my extra Panthro. So if you're looking for Thundercats, I have some of those. I got some loose Transformers. Godzilla. I got a Goliath, a masked Goliath, which is a truck. So I got a decent amount of masks. I got some loose Transformers. Some of this I haven't even looked at in a while. So, I don't know why somebody would do that. Oh, I got some Star Wars figures. I got some other stuff, but that's like a highlighted thing of items. If you're looking for something specific, I do have a classified Serpentor that I had just gotten actually, but I was thinking about bringing it and selling it because I don't have that many. Let me go out and get that just because I'll show you. Thanks, Jerry. Thanks, Jerry. Let me go out and get that, and I'll show you a little bit. Let me be right back. I've got all right, so yep, I've got, I guess it doesn't say on the box, but I would say Serpentor is one of my favorite G.I. Joe characters, so I bought this, so I'm not sure, you know. So we got Serpentor. I think I'd have to get what, this is what is on it. And then this is a sealed Dr. Mindbender. I haven't opened it, but that's what it is. Dr. Mindbender, classified. I have a couple other classified figures. Let me see what else I'll be bringing. So yeah, figures. I'll have some. You know, I'll have some. I'll have a few Transformers that I'm gonna bring. Including I may put up for sale the automatic the self-transforming Optimus Prime. Not, you know, again, it's a really, really cool toy, but it just sits here, you know, and I'm at the point now where I've just got to make room. I'm more of a vintage guy, and I've got a Tomahawk here. Eventually the flag's going to have to come down for a little while, because even though I like it there, but I just have too much stuff. Now I got vehicles all underneath there. And so I've got, you know, this is a nice Tomahawk, which I actually got. If I can get it to the show without doing any damage here. So I'll be bringing some stuff. All right. Is there any questions? Is there anybody looking for anything in particular? Serpentor was definitely, he's one of my favorite characters. So is there any questions, or are you looking for anything specific? Okay, I don't have no Rodimus Prime. I don't have that. I have a couple. I have an extra Optimus Prime. I have a movie version in the shipper from the 80s. I think I have like 3 Optimus Primes right now. So, and then I've got a bunch of boxed and loose back there, but I haven't quite figured out yet. Not quite ready to sell that stuff yet. But which, you know, I'm a toy guy. I buy stuff. You can see a lot of this stuff, like the Sky Strikers I bought recently. You know, I get caught up in all the coolness of the toys, and then I'm like, okay, wait a minute, where am I going to put this? You know, like I don't have space. You know, I'm really into getting into Hot Toys now, and I like that, and then I like, you know, vintage Star Wars pretty much. So you'll see me set up. I'm just like, again, just trying to get rid of some items. This isn't like you're going to see me set up at every show, but I am got to make some room for some things. All right. If there's no questions, then what I'll do is I'll go ahead and end this. I may come back and do a little, without me being here in front of the computer. I may go from my phone and just, you know, show off some toy stuff. So, okay. I will see you again soon. And we're going to be doing a lot more of these live videos, whether we're having a show or not. Yes. So Jamie, though, this show we will have over 130 tables of it's about 20,000 square feet. If you don't know about our shows, we don't have. I mean, in this particular show, I have a few people that make stuff, but in general, I try to. I do my best. I really try to. I try to limit Funko to about in an ideal world like 10% or 15% of the tables overall, because I do get inundated with Funko vendors even now. I will say Pops and Son has been to our shows a bunch. They took a break, but they are coming. They're bringing Loungefly, so I think we'll have 4 other Funko vendors out of 130 tables. So there is Funko there if you're interested in that, and we'll have Loungefly. But there is a lot of stuff. There is not a lot of fluff. There's a lot of items to buy. So we have different vendors. We have some regulars, but we have different vendors at each show. Okay. The Tampa shows are our biggest attended shows and our biggest space right now. I would say the only thing bigger that we do is the Super RetroCon, which is in January right now. Even though I'm working on getting more, doing more of those actually. So, all right. Yes. What I'll do is if you want to message me, I'll send you a flyer again. And it's at the Florida State Fairgrounds, Tampa, where I-4 and 75 just let's see, just west of 75 near the Hard Rock Casino. Okay. So we're over by there. All right, guys. Thanks for watching, and we're gonna do this again more often. I'm gonna be putting more stuff on because it's gonna be part of my new kind of campaign. We're gonna get the website up to date with all of our new shows, with all of our upcoming shows. I've got some other things that I got brewing that I'm working on that are going to be really cool for the whole Florida convention industry, I think. And then we're going to be doing, hopefully, if this building thing that I'm working on, that I've started to work on, hopefully if that works out, then we're going to have a lot more smaller events that people want. So we'll see. Oh, Pam just got here. All right. So what we went over real quick in a 30 seconds, besides me showing off stuff that I'm bringing. Okay. We're in the original building. Okay. Our regular building where you set up in the front there, Pam. And then, so Pam will have 4 tables in the front, just her booth. And she's got a lot of good old stuff, good vintage stuff. Something for everything from records to stuffed animals to Barbies and everything. In fact, okay. And then show times are 9 to 5, 9 to 5 on Saturday, 9 to 4 on Thursday. Please message me if you want a table. I may be able to add 1 or 2 tables if somebody needs a table. Okay. But you got to have the right stuff. So I'm sold out in Funko. I'm not taking any Funko vendors. So just FYI. So the first thing I'm going to ask you is, or you can just tell me, what are you bringing? If you're bringing good stuff, then I will find a table for you. If you're just, okay. All right. Anyway, so feel free to message me. So, all right. Let's see. Then I did future shows. Pam, let's see. I talked about show times, entrance. When you enter in, you got to enter in through MLK. Parking fees, and then I talked about guests for the other shows, and then I talked a little bit more about this, and I showed off some toys. So that's what I did. So hopefully you didn't miss it. If you have any questions, feel free to, you can contact the page, and I will answer you as quickly as possible. And we have our full staff, or as much people as we know to help. Feel free to volunteer if you're interested in volunteering to help. We certainly take volunteers. So okay, have a great evening, guys. I'll talk to you. Bye now.